Hello guys, Sean from Adley Studios. I am here today to talk about the Shure SM55 Super. And it quit working for me here the other night at rehearsal. So I'm pretty sure I know what the issue is. It's because it does this, right? And if I look real closely here in the spring in the back, I don't know if you can see it in the upshot there. The spring in the back, that's where your wires run through to your XLR, and it's not very conducive to a lot of this action, right? And it's a very fine wire. So we're gonna take it apart. We're gonna fix it. There's gonna be 4 screws on the face here, and Phillips screwdriver. Go ahead and remove those. Nice to have a magnetic screwdriver. Take those out. Take the faceplate off. It's a good time when you do this to clean it. I already cleaned mine because it gets a bunch of crud stuck in there, that's for sure. And what we're left with is this. Got the capsule in here, and there's 4 screws that need to come out. And we show it that side there. So I'll take those 4 screws out, and if you can see from the other angle camera here, if you can see, there's a yellow wire right here and then a black wire. So yellow wire to this lead and a black to this lead, and those are the 2 that run down through the spring in the back. So pretty sure what I'm going to do with this is put heavier gauge wire in it, I think is what I'm going to do. I'll see. But anyway, we'll take this off. Take this out, I should say. These are a little longer. It's nice that these microphones are made out of cast aluminum, or cast. It actually feels like die cast or something. They're pretty heavy, built pretty good, and a fabulous microphone. Just love this microphone. Love the looks of it. Love the sound. Love the sound of it. But she quit working. Whoops. Okay, then this will just pull right out. And then the black and yellow wires there, they were inside that spring, and I took it out. And feeding them back in there is going to be a bit of an issue. So we'll take this and we'll set that aside. Nothing wrong with that. Then we need to go to I got an electronics tool set here for computers, and this is like a 1.5 mil bit in here. I don't know what the standard bit is, but what we need to get at is this little set screw. There's a little set screw in the bottom there. It's holding the top of the spring. Do it from the top camera. That little set screw right there. We need to take that off, but before we do it, I need my where's my other screwdriver? Need my flathead. Here, I got one right here. Where's my flathead? Right here. Need to get into this set screw right here. This is going to loosen the XLR on it, so one's too big. So we'll loosen that off. We can get this out of here. Tricky getting it out of there. Oh, right. I forgot. The reason it's not coming out of here so easily is because the other side of this spring is actually connected, I believe, to the pin 3. It's actually looped on there. So we need to take this apart first. Release this spring with the 1.5 mil. So I'll stick that in there. And there I heard the spring fall down. If I push this back, see, even the spring doesn't come up inside there. So I'll have to pull this apart to feed that back in there when we're done here. But anyway, the XLR should pop out now. Nothing else holding it in place. So that's what we're dealing with, right? And they had that on, oh, pardon me, that was on the ground. It's actually on pin 1. Okay, so I will deal with that, figure that out. So these wires, like I said, are fed through here, through this spring. Easier said than done. But they are fed through and then soldered on to these points here. But it's, you know, it's a little frustrating because when you have this all together, there's tension on that spring, so you can't really pull that XLR out to do your soldering. So I'm going to try to do a fix to get around that. You also need a 5/8 inch wrench to loosen this guy off a little bit and then back the screw out. And to me, this is the best way. Oh, that tightened up again. That's the best way to get this assembly apart so we can have better access to that spring for the tension. I'll back that screw out of there. That just threads right out by the looks of it. With a washer. Ooh, and a brass washer. Got a rubber washer, a brass washer, and a nylon washer. There's got to be a trick to getting this. Oh, there's another washer there. That's why. Got to be a trick. Oh, it just slides out. Like so. And then another nylon washer on the other side. Okay, now why I took that out is because I need to, when I feed this screw back, or this spring back in, I need to have, see, because this is how it is assembled. There's all this gap right here. And I need to push it straight up past its access point. Is that going to work? Should work, hopefully. Past the access point so I can get that spring back in here. So let's see if that will work that way. The spring goes through there, into there, then into that hole. Need 3 hands. So there, it's in the hole. Yeah, see how I've got that together now? And you can barely see the spring coming through the top, but I could actually grab it right there. I can grab that spring and I'll be able to put that set screw back in. No problem. See that? How it popped through? So that's why we took that bolt out. Okay? So let's fix this up. Now I need to find out from Shure which lead goes to where. So I've taken some, because these wires are a little flimsy, and actually, if you can see, it'd be pretty hard to zoom in on this, but there's actually some wear on the jacket of this wire here, from doing this all the time, right? I mean, kind of a flimsy setup. I'm surprised the leads lasted as long as they did. Having known that, might have been a little more careful and not bending it so much. So what I'm going to do is I've taken just some standard 22 gauge wire. It's got a little more girth to it. I'm hoping it's not going to be too stiff to do this, but I actually should have left myself. You know what? I'm going to do this. Make them a little bit longer than that. Give myself some room. So we'll measure that out to there. Let's go to there. Cut it. And I've only got one color of wire here. So I'm going to put a little yellow jacket on it to tell the two apart. Strip it. It's always a good idea to twist them after you strip them. Not that I need to tell you that, but maybe you don't know that. Okay. Just going to strip the one side right now, and I'm going to tin it. So I'm going to stick it in my flux here. You don't need a whole bunch on there. My soldering iron. And all I'm going to do is tin the wire, so it's only have to do it once. Just wiped all my flux off. So I'm just tinning it, just like that. Pretty simple. Hopefully I did that on camera. A little solder. Just tin it. Like so. Now, this deal here, seems like there's a lot of solder in these things. I'm going to use this. Let's actually do this way here. Help me hold these things. So most XLRs are labeled. They got pin 1, pin 2, and pin 3. 3 is on the bottom. So pin 1 is on the left, pin 2 is on the right. And when you spin it around the other way to do your soldering, you remember those are reversed now. Pin 1 is actually on the left when you're doing your soldering. Let's do it like that. So pin 1, look at my diagram. Pin 1 is, or sorry, pin 2 is my black. So pin 2 is my black, so that's what I'm gonna solder. So pin 2. Ouch. Fuck, I need another set of hands here. Boy, that was shaky. Okay, that one's in. Let's now that's in. Let's try and squeeze it up the pipe here. Best we can. Boy, there's got to be a trickier way to do that. Ouch, that's still hot. Okay. This one's tinned, but I need to trim a little off. Like so. Around so I can see it. Okay, that's that one. Now this is going to be my yellow one, so I'm going to slide this on here. And then I'm going to heat shrink that. Just so I know that it's a yellow lead. It's the only reason I'm doing that. Then we'll turn around and we'll snake this guy up the bottom. Pull him through, like so. Now that'll still fit up in there, no problem. Should. Tight as we can make that. I also want to put a yellow one up on here somewhere so I know where it is. Shrink her up. There. Now, just want to dry fit real quick. Easier said than done. There we go. Dry fit that. Make sure it fits in the cavity. And it'll go. Force that a little bit. Okay, so now that that connection is done, I'm going to back this back out. Wrong bit. Just to lock that in place, like so. Now we'll see how it's going to fit in there. Slide that through. The spring in there. There we go. Now I'll bring that back down just so the spring is just visible there. And I'll crank that set screw back in. It doesn't need to squash it completely, but it just needs to grab it, right? Right, so then it holds it like that. And I may as well put this back together, so I need a nylon sleeve. Boy, that's tight. There we go. Snap that into place. Line that sleeve up. And take my set screw that I've got here and drop it in the other side. That seems about the right tension. And I need my lock washer and my finishing nut. And then give that a... There, that feels pretty good, I think. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So now you can see how that's going to slide like that, right? So I want to, when I put this in here, I want it to, I think I'm going to wrap them around the top so the cord goes up the back and loops around. Like I'll finish it like this, I think is what I'll do. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I need to strip these now. A little easier to pull on that if I had something to hang on to. Like so. Twist them and tin them very delicately. Drop them in my tin. Or flex them, I mean. Flex them first and then tin them. Okay, there's my flux. And tin them. One. Two. Basically, there it is. So when she's straight up, okay, you can see the wires moving. Should be way better. Right, that's kind of how it's going to go. Should be way better. So now, let's put these back in and see what goes on. See if it works. It will. It better work. Normally I would dry run the working thing to make sure it works. But I'm pretty confident, you know. Okay. Put the grill back on. Faceplate. Done. Plug her in and have a look. See. 222. That's the top mic. 222. Hey, hey, hey. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right, that's it for this build. Yeah, that's how you fix a Shure 55. Super 55. You know, it's not that tough to do. So when your mic goes, there's a how-to, a quick how-to. And I'm actually going to be doing another video yet this week on this guy, and it's a mod that I'm doing to it, and you're going to like it. So stick around for that and watch for that. I need to. This needs to be in rehearsal hall on Friday. This week. Tonight is Monday night, and I need this to be done for Friday. So I'm going to get that mod done and hopefully uploaded by Friday because I need the mod done for Friday. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Sean from Adelaide Studios, and we will see you guys in the next video.